Good evening, everyone. I think the moment for which we were waiting for such a long time has come. And without wasting much of time, because at the moment I have two people who are legends for our country. And legend does not require any introduction. If I use whatever adjective, it's not going to describe the personality what we have in front of us. Keeping the time constraint in mind, I'll straight away start with the deliberations of today's program. As per our discussion with Mr. Tendulkar, anybody who wants to ask any question are most welcome, and thereafter we will take the session forward. Anyone? Yeah, yes, Varun.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, how do we handle failure? We know how to handle success, but at times as a student, we do feel failed. And as per your advice, how can we handle our failure?
Good afternoon. I'm going to stand here. That is how I feel more comfortable. First of all, do you have another microphone? Whichever works. First of all, I'm extremely delighted to be here. To see this energy in the school, and also a school which belongs to, I can say, my younger brother, Shewag. So, this might work. Let's see. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to speak. Whatever. So it's a delight to be here and to see this energy amongst all of you. It's a pleasure to be here, and it reminds me of my school days. Coming back to the question where you asked me how to deal with failures. First of all, you should not be thinking of failures. You should be thinking about what you want to achieve in life. But there will be some challenges along the way. There will be some obstacles. And that is normal in life. There is no profession in life where there is sudden overnight glory. You will have to go through various stages in life where, at different stages in life, even in cricket for me, there were different challenges. So as a 16-year-old, when I started, I had a different role to play. When I was 25, I had played almost 9 years of cricket. And then at the age of 35, there were different challenges. So challenges continue to be your companion. It is up to us how we address them. Now, whether we look at them as challenges or another opportunity to win those moments. And the way I see is there is another opportunity to win those moments. I remember, I'll have to relate this to cricket. I remember I was playing well in Australia, but not scoring enough runs. And I started thinking about my batting, what is wrong. And the discussion that I had with my brother was all in my mind. It was not selection. So it is to do with.
Hello, check 1 2. Hello, check 1 2.
Hopefully this one. So this was in year 2003-2004. I had gone to Australia with a lot of expectations. Above all, I was expecting from myself to do something really big there. because I was in good form. But then a couple of things went against my wishes. I got a bad decision. The second match I played a bad shot. Those kind of things added to me thinking otherwise. And when I started discussing with my brother, who's guided me all the way, he said it was more to do with my shot selection. And I was not thinking right. So when you make mistakes, when there are failures, it is good to step aside and analyze them. Don't ignore your failures. Because when you fail in life, you learn a lot. That becomes your foundation. So any challenge that you face in life, don't shy away from it. Because there are opportunities to learn a lot more when you are successful. So I decided that it was when I was playing big cover drive, I was getting out. It was only to do with shot selection, and the way I was thinking was not clear. I started analyzing my batting. Now in your profession, whatever you want to be in life, you should pursue your dream, and to go in that direction, you must not give up. So in my case, when I started studying my batting, analyzing my batting, I decided that there is one shot which I did not play. The challenge which my brother threw to me was, can you stay knocked out in this match? Because the bowlers are not getting you out. It's because of your mistake. Because of your bad shot selection, you are getting out. If you got those things, you will immediately sort out the rest of the problems. I took up that challenge with my brother and I said, okay, this match I'm going to stay knocked out. It really doesn't matter how many runs I'm scoring. I'm not going to look at the scoreboard. And I scored a double hundred in the first innings and 50 plus in the second innings, but I stayed not out. And it is just about how you direct your mind what to do. And my directions were, I will not play cover drive, come what may. Because that was one shot which was getting me out. I was able to do that. But again, I'm coming back to the same thing. You know, when it comes to failures and successes, you need to have balance between the celebrations when you are successful and your disappointments when you fail. If you are able to maintain that balance, it becomes easy to tackle with your failures. But if you get carried away with your success and there are huge celebrations, then when you fail, the disappointments are also so big that you find difficult to overcome those challenges. So try and maintain balance. In my school days, whenever I did well, in playing cricket, obviously, studying was good on things. But while playing cricket, when I did well, there were no big celebrations at home. We would just offer sweets to God and light a diya like this, and thank God for whatever has come my way, and immediately start focusing on the next goal. So it's an ongoing journey. So don't worry about failures. If you maintain balance between both, it will become easier for you to tackle.
Yes, anybody else? Yeah, Ishan.
We can ask,
Be loud enough.
So what would you like to advise Viru sir on his school, and one thing which you would like to add on us or should be maintained?
वीरू सर को एडवाइस वीरू ने क्रिकेट फील्ड में मेरी बात नहीं सुनी तो यहाँ पे कैसे सुनेंगे? I'm just joking, as I said. I'm extremely delighted to be here, and above all, he's giving something back to community and to you guys. I think this is a great opportunity. I wish I had a school like this with all these facilities available. So my advice to him would be continue to do this good work. But it is like playing a test match and winning a test match. He's played the first innings by giving you all these facilities. Second innings has to be played by you guys to make the most of what is made available to you guys. So that is my advice to him and more so to you guys. So enjoy these days. School days are so important. You make friends, and those friends last with you forever and ever. And the friendship which you will establish here, they will stick to you. And stick to you through your good times and bad times. And more so, you will realize when you are going through your bad times who are your real friends and who are not. That happens in school.
Tej, will you come forward and
Yeah.
So my question is, there must have been times when you expect to score a half century or century in a match, but then you also fear the bowler is in front of you. So the question is, who was the toughest bowler you have ever faced, and the toughest ball that you have ever faced?
In my 24 years of career, I've faced many bowlers who were, big time bowlers. It's difficult to single out one guy. Now, how do you differentiate between Ambrose and Turkey Walsh? Both are great. So is Shane Warne and Murli McGrath and Alan Donald, Malcolm Marshall. There's so many great bowlers that I've played against and played with. One bowler that I didn't like particularly playing against was Hansi Kronia. Nobody believes me, but I was not comfortable batting against Hansi because some or the other reason I kept getting out. जब एक बड़ा शॉट मारा तो लॉन्ग ऑन पे कैच हो गया, बॉल छोड़ दिया तो एलबीडब्ल्यू हो गया, डिफेंड करने गया तो कॉट बिहाइंड डोंट, एक बार फ्लिक की मैंने तो वहाँ पे नेक्स्ट स्लिप उसमें लगा कि ऐसे कि ताकि वी कुड हैव डीप square leg, but I got out caught in leg slip, which was completely by fluke, and I was really batting well. So possibly Hansi is the guy who I did not enjoy batting against. But by the time I figured out what to do, it was slightly late. I figured out कि non-striker end पे खड़ा हो तो शायद बच जाओ. But it was too late. I had already lost my wicket to Hansi 6-7 times. Hansi was one of those guys who, wasn't a regular bowler, but with good cricketing brain, and the way he led South Africa was also remarkable. There were occasions where Alan Donald was bowling and Sean Collar was bowling, their strike bowlers, and Hansi was bowling on the other end. मैंने जाके नॉन स्ट्राइकर को बताया हुआ है ना, थोड़ा देख लेना हैंसी को, मैं एलन डॉनल्ड और फॉलो को खेलूंगा. So such was the thing with Hansi and I mean, he had that effect on me. I didn't particularly feel comfortable against him.
What is the most memorable school life experience? Can you share one funny incident with us?
Okay. स्कूल में जब हम क्रिकेट खेल रहे थे, अगर हमें लेट्स से 150 रन चाहिए 30 ओवर्स में जीतने के लिए, तो इन दोस 30 ओवर्स वी वुड मेक श्योर दैट वी ओनली स्कोर 130 रन्स, ताकि दूसरे दिन पुट्टी मार सके स्कूल को. हमारा वो बराबर प्लानिंग होता था. तो हमारे मैचेस स्कूल के कभी कभी 2 दिन के होते थे, कभी कभी 3 दिन के होते थे, फाइनल्स तो इनफैक्ट 4 दिन की थी. तो ऐसे ही प्लानिंग होती थी. बैट्समैन पहले अंदर टेंट में बैठे थे ड्रेसिंग रूम में और कहते थे जो भी हो जाए आज 150 रन ही बना लें. तो दूसरे दिन जैसे 20 रन चाहिए होते थे तो पहले ओवर में सेकंड ओवर में खत्म करते थे. सारा दिन हम जाके बीच में खेलते थे रबर बॉल से रगड़ा. तो हमारे जो कोच के जो असिस्टेंट कोच थे हमारे, तो वो थोड़े स्ट्रिक्ट थे और हमें प्रैक्टिस करवाते थे. तो अलग तरह की प्रैक्टिस करवाते थे थोड़ी. तो बच्चों के हाथ को बॉल लगता था, वो जोर जोर से मारते थे. तो कभी कभी उनको इग्नोर करते थे उनकी बातें. तो ये सेमीफाइनल्स की बात है. हम इंटर स्कूल सेमीफाइनल्स में जिस मैच में हमने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट किया, मैंने और विनोद कामनी ने, तो वहाँ पे हम जब बैटिंग कर रहे थे, वी हैड स्कोर्ड सम 550 रन्स. And at that time, Achrekar sir told his assistant coach to inform us कि अभी डिक्लेयर कर दो. So we were batting in the morning, and I realized when he was standing on boundary line, I realized he is wanting to tell me something. तो हमने जानबूझ के, अगर आप कोच हो तो हम जानबूझ के ऐसे खड़े हो गए, ग्राउंड के उस तरफ देख रहे थे, वो जोर जोर से चिल्ला रहे थे कि डिक्लेयर करो, डिक्लेयर करो, डिक्लेयर करो, और मैसेजेस भी अंदर भेजे, मगर हमें डिक्लेयर नहीं करना था, हमें बैटिंग करनी थी। और तो हम बैटिंग करते रहे ऐसे ही। फाइनली जब लंच टाइम में हमारी पार्टनरशिप हुई थी 664 रन्स की, तो जब लंच टाइम को हम अंदर गए ड्रेसिंग रूम में, तो हमें वो असिस्टेंट कोच ने बताया कि तुम्हें अभी बराबर डांट मिलने वाली है, क्योंकि आचरेकर सर ने तुम्हें कहा है कि फोन करो। तो मैंने जाके फोन किया सर को, तो सर ने जानबूझ के मुझे पूछा कि उनका स्कोर क्या हुआ। थिंकिंग किया ना मैंने डिक्लेयर किया होगा, मगर मैंने किया नहीं था डिक्लेयर। हमें लगा कि हम असिस्टेंट कोच के साथ ही मस्ती कर रहे हो, ठीक है। तो सर ने कहा कि क्या उनका स्कोर क्या हुआ। मैंने कहा कि सर सॉरी, मगर हम ही बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, मैंने डिक्लेयर नहीं किया था। तो विनोद कामली वॉज बैटिंग ऑन 349, तो वो मुझे पीछे से पकड़े जा रहे थे, एक बॉल में मेरे 350 रन कंप्लीट करूँगा, बाद में डिक्लेयर करनी है। तो मुझे लगा कि वही अच्छा मौका था कि फोन विनोद कामली को पास करता कि डांट मुझे ना मिले। तो डांट विनोद को भी मिली और मुझे भी मिली, मगर दीज आर द मोमेंट्स विच स्टे विथ यू। मुझे याद है अभी भी कि हम बैटिंग कर रहे थे और मैच के बीच में सडनली मैंने देखा तो मुझे विनोद कामली नजर नहीं आ रहा था। तो विनोद कामली वहाँ बाजू में जाके पतंग उड़ा रहा था, पतंग विकेट से क्रॉस हो रहे थे, उसका धागा जो मराठी में बांजा बोलते हैं, तो वो विकेट से क्रॉस हो रहा था। तो विनोद ने सडनली पतंग उड़ाना शुरू कर दिया, और सर ने मैच के टाइम वो नोट कर लिया था कि अच्छा विनोद पतंग उड़ा रहे हैं। हम मैच के बाद हमेशा हमारा एक क्लास लगता था, हम भी ऐसे ही बैठते थे हमारे कोच के सामने, और कोच हमारे जो भी गलतियां है वो नोट करके रखते थे पूरे दिन। और फिर हमारा एक डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन, एक क्लास होता था कि ना गलतियां कैसे सुधारनी है। तो उसमें मैं ही पढ़ रहा था चिट, तो उसमें चिट में लिखा हुआ था विनोद और काइट, और तीसरी आवाज जो मैंने सुनी वो विनोद को चाटे की एक आवाज सुनी, सर ने उसको चाटा लगा दिया, लेकिन पतंग उड़ाना है तो क्रिकेट खेलना बंद कर, पतंग उड़ा। तो ये ऐसे बहुत सारे किस्से हैं स्कूल क्रिकेट में जो हमेशा मेरे साथ रहे थे।
Good evening, sir. I'm here. Hello. There's someone on our Facebook page who asked you a question. Is it possible to be successful in both the academic world and the sports world and have a successful career? Do you think so?
It is possible, 100% possible, because that should not be a lame excuse कि अगर ये कर रहा हूँ तो वो नहीं हो सकता, या वो करना है तो ये नहीं हो सकता। In my case, when I started playing cricket, initially my focus was on both, but then everything happened too quickly in my life. When I was in 9th standard, I was 14 years old, I got picked to play Ranji Trophy for Mumbai. So I was in 9th standard, and suddenly my life changed from there on, and I had to miss school sometimes to go and practice with the Ranji team. And that was happening in my life very quickly. So, and immediately in 2 years' time, when I just passed my 10th standard exams and I got selected to play for India. A few months down the line, 6 months down the line, I played for India when I was 16. So everything happened quickly, and when you reach that level so soon, it was difficult to pursue with both things. So it was slightly difficult for me because the expectations, the responsibility was there. But the best thing my father did for me was to give me freedom to play. He never, in spite of being a professor himself, my father was a poet, he was a writer. So in spite of all those things, he understood what my liking was, what I wanted to be in life. Most of the times, the parents make that mistake in forcing their children to do something what they couldn't achieve in life. So I feel that is wrong. So if there are parents around, parents should not force their children to do something which a child doesn't like to do. Each child here is blessed and gifted with some talent which God has given us. We need to just identify that and chase your dream. I call it chasing your dream. My dream was to win the World Cup for India. It took me 22 years to achieve that. I got close to it so many times, but it didn't happen. But I never gave up. So understand, it's good and important to have a dream. And also, equally important, to chase your dream. You dream when you're asleep, but you achieve your dream when you're awake. So when you're awake, chase your dream is what my advice would be. But you should be able to segregate these two things. You should be able to study when it's time to study. You should be able to play when you need to play. The moment you need to understand how to switch on and switch off from these things, it works. In cricket also, we can't be concentrating if you've batted for 6 hours. Not all 6 hours we concentrate. We concentrate when the bowler is about to release the ball. Just between the over and when between 2 overs, when there is time to relax, it is equally important to switch off your mind. कि जो कहते हैं कि 100% concentration level होती है, उसको आप maybe वो 2 ओवर के बीच में 80% तक लेके आओ, and then again slowly जब ओवर शुरू होती है तो उसको वापस 100% पे लेके जाओ. It is important to focus on the bowler when he is about to release the ball. There is no point focusing on the bowler when he is walking back on his run out. So, to time whatever you do in life is really critical. That is something which is going to take you forward. And also, I would say, in today's world, we are result oriented. Don't chase results. Follow the process. Results invariably follow your process and your thoughts. So think positive and the results will automatically follow. Don't chase the results. Don't relate everything. आज मैंने इतना किया तो अच्छा दिन था, नहीं किया तो अच्छा दिन नहीं था. Whether you've prepared yourself for that examination or your match, your competition, whatever it is, that is critical. Results are not always in our hands, but to give 100% is in our hands. So whatever you do, you study or you play, don't forget to give 100%.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. It's been nice interacting with you for quite some time. This question goes to Viru, sir. Sir, it's been almost a long time you have been associated with students. What is that one thing that you would like to add or want to maintain at Shewag International School?
We are trying to provide different facilities for the kids, and recently we add the creativity chapter in the class. I think starts from 6th to 9th, and that is a big thing, because if somebody have a creative mind and he can learn as a study in the school, then maybe help him after the school, because there are only few children who maybe get a job after the school. So if you have a creative mind and you study well, then maybe you can get a job after the school also, and you can help your families.
Thank you, sir. The next question goes to Sachin, sir. And this is from one of your fans across the world, Rajiv, and via Twitter is asked, how do you feel interacting with students when you go to different educational institutions? And what is that one advice you would like to give to all the students over there?
One advice, when I said that I'm delighted to be here, and I'm truly delighted, honestly. The love and the affection that you've shown is something that means a lot to me. Talking about Shewag International School, the school started in 2011, so we're just 5 years down the line, and still trying to make things better and better for children. But as I said, in a test match there are 2 innings. One is what he provides, and the second is how you make the most of it. I think a school has reputation when you are the first batch. You are the first lot, you are the foundation. So what you do here will set a benchmark for others. So like in cricket, you would agree with me. In cricket, when we were playing, we had to set the right examples, we had to do the right things on the field. Not always we were right, but our intent was correct. So if you study here and play different sports with the right intent, to always go out, enjoy, give your best, the school will have that reputation. I was only 11 and a half when I changed my school. But the reason to change my school was because my coach told me, if you are interested in cricket, you want to become a cricketer in future, then you need to change your school. Because the other school that I was part of, Shardashram, was good in cricket. But they had built that reputation of winning tournaments, of getting to the finals virtually every year. And that was the reason for me to join that school. So tomorrow, you guys are going to become role models. You have the freedom here to do whatever you want, but freedom also comes with responsibility. You need to take responsibility in whatever you do. And I think that is something what Shewag International School should be known for, is what I believe. So you guys are going to play a big role. Obviously you've got principal and the senior teachers to guide you. Also your parents. So respect elders, and that is what the culture in this school should be. And outside as well, where you go out and influence other people.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, a very warm welcome to our honorable guest. So I would like to ask a question which has been put up by a fan on Facebook. You might have been to different institutions across the globe and seen various institutions. Now you are in Shewag International School. What do you have liking for the school, and what is the X factor about Shewag International School according to you?
एक तो मैं ज़्यादा इंस्टीट्यूशन से विजिट नहीं किए मैंने, थोड़े बहुत किए हुए हैं, and I've been able to interact with few children here and there. But this the primary reason was that Viru had mentioned to me about the school long time ago, and he asked me that I want to invite you here, and the children would also want to meet you and say hello to you. So I thought this was the best chance for me to be here, since I'm going to be here in Delhi for a couple of days and spend time. When I was growing up, we did not have such amazing facilities. So there is everything about this school is special, and that's something I missed during my school days. So this school is a special one. It's got amazing vibes, positivity, and bright children. You can't ask for anything more.
Thank you so much, sir, and kudos to our guest. Thank you so much.
Any more questions? One last. Yes, Shamil.
So sometimes it happens that you get in the last 3 matches you are not able to score run, like 4 runs, 1 run, 2 runs. So sir, in the next match, what is your attitude? Like, what do you think? What will you do?
सिर्फ तुम्हारे साथ नहीं होगा, ये सबके साथ. You know what happens? Human tendency, human nature is, अगर 10 चीजों में अगर तुम 9 चीजें अच्छी करोगे और एक चीज खराब करोगे ना, तो that stays with you longer. But you tend to forget कि 9 good things also have happened to you. So moving forward, just flip those things. सारा फोकस जो 9 चीजें अच्छी की है उन पे रखो, जो एक गलती की है गलती को सुधारने की कोशिश करो. तो अगर फोकस वहां पे मत रखो, फोकस रखो 9 चीजों पे. Because we always tend to, I also keep telling my children, you've got 2 choices when you wake up in the morning. One choice is to wake up and thank God for what you have in life. And the second one is to wake up and complain for what you don't have in life. And if you take the first option, you will be happy throughout your life. And if you take the second option, you'll be an unhappy person. Really doesn't matter how much and what you have. You'll be waking up and only complaining. And we don't want to be like that. So start focusing on the good things that you've done and don't be scared of making mistakes. We all make mistakes. But also be smart enough to learn from your mistakes. Don't repeat your mistakes. Results will follow.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational and inspiring words. See, after this, we are moving for photographs. But formally, I would thank you, sir, for taking out time. And I can understand that from Terminal 3 to this place is little off the track. But it's your love and affection for Mr. Shewag and his kindness and your generosity that we were able to meet you in person. Whatever words of wisdom which he has given, try to absorb it. Every bit of word comes from a person who has got ocean of experience. And be smart enough, as he said, to identify your mistakes, to rectify mistakes, and to learn from people who have reached that height. With these, I will close this assembly, and I will request classes 1, 2, 3 to please move forward with the photograph. Teachers, please coordinate.